Bernard?
Fell asleep again.
Oh, I must have done.
Some tea there.
Do you think Dermot really will be able to help?
I hope so. I feel a lot better after I've spoken to him.
What time is he back in his office?
I said sometime this morning.
I just can't understand why they kept him in the cells overnight.
Me? I don't understand anything.
Right old mess, innit?
More ways than one. Brother only got back from hospital about 3 hours ago.
Oh, how is he?
He's busted his ankle.
Well, I'm grateful to him anyhow.
How is David?
He's hurt his wrist. He's not really much use to anybody today, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, to be frank, there isn't really enough work for you both. Sorry.
I understand.
Any news of that Dingle lad?
No, I've heard nothing.
Right, we'll get on then. See you later.
Morning. Morning. Everything all right? No, not really.
There was a bit of trouble at the rave yesterday. I'll come through and I'll explain it all to you.
Right, OK. I'll go and open up.
Thank you. Oh, yes. The police, they're going to come round this morning. They want you to make a statement.
All right.
You look a sight.
Oh, thanks very much. Can't even get up the stairs to have a shave.
Well, you could do that down here.
And will you fetch me old kit? It's in the bathroom.
No, I know where it is.
So did it?
Just a bit. Will you put kettle on?
Yeah, of course.
They should have stopped it, you know.
I know.
I mean, the police were there. I warned them. I knew something was going to happen.
I ain't seen hide nor hair of the Dingle family for years.
Yeah, well, they've certainly come out of hibernation now, haven't they? Got the scars to prove it.
Yeah, thanks for looking after our David, by the way.
Tell you the truth, I wish I hadn't bothered. I'm just sick to death of coming second best all the time. It's one thing after another. This family is cursed.
Oh, God. You're not going on about that again.
Well, what do you call it?
I call it feeling sorry for yourself. I call it sitting around whinging when you could be pulling your weight around here.
What, with a busted ankle?
Oh, I'm talking about before that happened. You've been like this for months. I mean, I'm trying to run a farm, make a living and keep a business going. My wife's away, my baby's ill, could be dying. And all you can do is sit around and moan about the curse of the bloody Sugdens. You know what the curse is, Joe? You are. You're the curse. Here, shaving kit. I trust you can manage to hop across to the sink and do it yourself. I've got work to do.
See you, Joe.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. What have I done to deserve that?
Just being here.
Easy as that, eh?
Absolutely. Now, I've got something to tell you.
Do you think we'd better cool it for a while?
What?
The ski slope.
Oh, why?
Well, after last night's fracas, I'm not sure it's the time for a major development. Public opinion's bound to be against it for a while.
Well, there's no great rush. We just have to put it off until it all blows over. Which it will do.
OK.
Now, listen.
Why does Eric Pollard want that field?
To build himself a house on. If you would kindly give me your undivided attention for a second, I have some important news.
What?
I built the church for our wedding.
Really?
Well, when I say church, I mean cathedral.
Which cathedral?
Oh, just that little one in Ripon. What's so funny?
You are. You can't resist it, can you? The big event. You should have been a showman, Frank. You'd have been in your element.
I'm not doing this for me, Kim. I want you to have a day that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
We could be married in Ripon Cathedral or a dog kennel. I don't care about where, just who.
Oh, hello, Jack. Step in.
I just wanted a quick word with Ned.
Well, we're having his breakfast.
Yeah, no, sorry.
All right, Jack. What's up, mate?
I've been thinking things over. I know I said I wouldn't need much help, just a bit now and then. But I've changed my mind. I can't manage on my own.
And with your brother out of action.
I was just saying about him.
Yeah, well, there's a job going. Permanent. Now, I can't pay much, because it's been a hell of a winter. And you know better than me what it's like trying to make ends meet in the Dales these days.
Oh, not half.
So, there's not a lot of pay. But I could help with accommodation.
Why?
And my mother's got a little cottage next to the doctor's in the village. She's not using it, so if it helps, you could move in there, rent-free, as part of your wages.
Right, we'll have to have a little chat and a think about this then, Jan, won't we?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, why don't we just...
Hang on, Jack. I'll come and see you later on, I'll let you know.
Right. I'll see you later.
See you in a bit.
What's all this about a bit of a think? I mean, what's to think about?
There goes a desperate man. And a desperate man might pay a few quid a week extra, my love.
You crafty beggar.
And then Ben Dingle starts driving his car around the field.
So he was at the wheel?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, he tried to force his attentions on me earlier.
You mean he assaulted you?
No, he was just acting the lout. He stuck his tongue in my ear, the creep.
Right. Okay, go on.
He was roaring around like a maniac. I mean, it's a wonder he didn't kill anybody. And then Dave Glover said he was going to call his bluff.
So those were his words, eh? Call his bluff.
So he stood in front of the car to get him to stop.
But he didn't.
He wasn't going to. That's when Joe got hurt. Joe Sugden. He shoved Glover out the way, and that's when he got hit.
Right.
I've spoken to Ma.
All right. How is she?
Fine. I told her to expect a visitor.
Who?
You. There's no point you being here while that gets better. And I've enough to do without being a nursemaid to you, so you might as well pack your bags and go and keep Ma company.
Looks like I don't have much choice, doesn't it?
That's right.
You took me out.
If you want to look at it that way.
Well, I'll be very happy to go then. Because I'm sick of working myself to death here for little money and even less gratitude. Being with Ma would be a real joy compared to sharing this place with you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly how I feel.
Good. I'll go then.
What, now?
Yeah. I wouldn't stay here a minute longer than's necessary.
Does he water all them by hand?
No, he's got this sort of pipe that... Jack, you haven't asked me out here to talk about hanging baskets.
No. I want to ask you a favour. Would you mind moving? Out of Ma's place and into Joe's?
Why?
Well, you've met the Glover family, have you?
Well, yeah, I've seen him.
Only it looks like Ned Glover's going to come and work at Emmerdale. At the moment, they're living in a caravan, all 5 of them.
Must be a bit cramped.
Benny. I mean, they got turfed out of their place. They rented a farm the other side of Robblesfield. Until their landlord decided that golf courses pay better than farmland. And at the moment, I haven't got very much money, but...
So you're going to offer them accommodation, is that it?
Yeah, well, I've spoken to Ma.
Well, what about Joe? I mean, does he want me moving in with him?
Well, the thing is, Joe won't be here.
You know what tomorrow is?
Thursday.
Good, yes, apart from Thursday.
I do, actually.
What?
30 years since the death of Ian Fleming.
Hey?
I remember that because I was reading Dr. No at the time.
Frank, August the 12th. The opening of the grouse shooting season. The glorious 12th.
Oh, yes. When the chinless wonders of the hunting, shooting and fishing brigade go charging around the countryside, firing off guns.
Yeah, well, I think that's a slightly jaundiced view, but yes.
I can't stand them, Kim. Any of them. Overprivileged jerks. I ought to try working for a living.
Frank,
Sorry.
you don't have to like them to relieve them of their money.
How?
By reopening the game farm?
it's a money spinner. But who are you going to get to run it instead of Seth?
And why does it have to be instead of him?
2 reasons. He's too old and he's too useful at the Heritage Farm. Him and Samson. Major tourist attractions.
So, we'll find someone younger and fitter.
Not too young and fit.
Why?
Because the book I was reading after Dr. No was Lady Chatterley's Lover.
Now there's a thought.
Right.
What?
Tell me what happened.
Oh, we just had a bit of a row, nothing new.
Jack says you're leaving. That's new.
I'm not leaving. We just got a bit steamed up. Said a few things, best left unsaid, but I'm not leaving.
He said that he's offering the Glovers Mars Cottage.
You're going to have that lot moving with you?
No. I'm going to be in your place.
Where will I be?
In Spain.
I've told you it was just a heat-of-the-moment thing. I didn't mean it.
Well, maybe it'd be best if you did go.
I see. You're trying to get rid of me and all, are you?
No, I'm thinking of you, Joe. You've been so defeated recently. I don't know, it's not like you. I don't like it.
So much has happened since that plain fellows. Just been stumbling from one crisis to another.
Sometimes we need to take a good long look at our lives.
Meaning?
Maybe it'd be best if you did go away. Leave Emmerdale.
This farm's my life. I spent the whole of my adult life trying to prove it isn't, but it is.
And it always will be. Wherever you are, you'll always be able to come back.
Yeah, well, one thing is for sure. Jack doesn't need me here. We just seem to rub each other up the wrong way. Always have done. And can't nursemaid me with this on and run the place on his own.
What are you doing?
Ring the airport. Bye.
How are you going to get to the airport?
Well, it's funny. There's this new thing, you know, where you ring a number, a man comes along, you pay him some money and he texts you. It's called a taxi.
Yeah, very funny. What about the other side?
There's taxis in Spain as well, you know.
How are you going to manage with all your bags?
Well, I'll think of something.
You don't have to. I'm going to come with you.
Don't be silly, you can't.
Yes, I am, just for a few days. I'll make sure you're all right and I'll be able to see Annie.
Rachel.
No arguing, I've made up my mind.
Rachel, look, I've never said this to you before, but if I ever had a daughter, a daughter of my own, I hope she'll be like you. Oh. Ah, oh! You hurt my leg.
Sorry.
The flight's at 8.
Oh, right.
So I'll go and pack.
I'll run you to the airport.
No favours, Jack.
Well, it's the least I can do.
Oh. You want to make sure I've gone, eh?
Joe, I'm sorry. The things I said, I shouldn't have. But I'm under a lot of pressure at the moment. Well, you know what it's like. I still shouldn't have shot my mouth off like that. I'd rather you didn't go.
Jack, listen. I've realised something this morning. Ever since the day I was born, I've been living in your shadow. I've been trying to be better than you, because that's the way Ma and Dad put it. You were always brighter than me. You're always quicker, stronger. Nothing's changed.
But he beat me on one score.
How's that?
He's got more hair.
Yeah, well, I says maybe, but look, seriously, if I was to stay here, I'd always be competing against you. I'd be trying to be better than you. Hardly a week goes by without us rowing about something, and all that's got to change. I've got to go away and sort it out. All of it.
It won't be the same without you. Have a good rest. And come home soon. I'll miss you. Come here.
How are we going to get to the airport?
We'll get a taxi.
What?
Yeah, I'm going with him, just for a couple of days.
Yeah, well, that's daft. Why pay out money when I can take you?
But you've always said you're up to here with work.
Well, I am.
Well, don't be so obstinate.
Obstinate? Me? Well, that's a good one.
I'm not hungry.
Come on. Starving's not going to help your brother.
I'm sorry, I just don't have any appetite.
Neither do I.
Could be Dermot. Or Guy Travis phoning me back.
Friend of your dad's at the hospital.
Hello? Yes, it is. Right. Right. Thank you very much for phoning. Yes, goodbye. Ben Dingle's dead.
Be careful. What's going to happen to Luke?
Well, I can't see the police letting him go. And they're bound to oppose bail.
I can't bear to think of him shut up in a cell.
He won't be in a cell. He's still being interviewed. As the police say, someone is helping them with their inquiries.
That usually means they think they're guilty. This is like a bad dream. Surely there must be some mistake.
If only.
I don't believe it. I'm not making it up.
Ben Dingle's dead.
As a doornail.
But it wasn't like that. We just had a scuffle.
Huh, some scuffle.
I don't know how it could have happened.
Well, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah, but so were a lot of other people.
Oh, don't worry. We've been talking to them.
But you've not arrested them, have you?
We don't need to. We know where they are.
So why pick on me? Why have you brought me in?
Because you were the one that hit Ben Dingle.
Now, let's have a look at that.
I'm all right.
You're not all right. Look at this.
That's bound to happen when you tangle with the Dingles.
I was hard to know Ben Dingle was going to be there.
Ben's a different generation, love.
Well, it might be a different generation, but it's just the same as the rest of them.
Once that started, it was Ben Dingle.
Then you should have walked away.
I was just looking for trouble.
It's in the blood.
Oh, what's in your blood? You can't resist a scrap, can you? You're as bad as your dad.
Don't blame him. You know what that family are like.
I know that like a red rag to a bull to you. You have kept your promise, haven't you?
What promise?
Your dad had a fight with Zach Dingle.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
He nearly killed your dad.
No, he didn't. He didn't stand a chance. I'd have hammered him if he'd have tried.
Ugh, what good would that have done anybody?
That family have always been trouble.
I made your dad promise to give up bare-knuckle fighting after that.
Well, it doesn't help if you're in the middle of a feud, does it?
Water the death, more like.
Look, we've put all that behind us. Or at least I thought we had. Oh, I hope all that trouble's not going to start all over again.
Sorry about this.
What's this for?
Last month's bill. I've been catching up on my accounts.
There's no problem. As Ma used to say, a fair day's work deserves a fair day's pay.
How is your mother?
Oh, she's getting on fine. Even better now that Joe's over there to make a fuss over.
Must leave you short-handed at the farm, though.
Yeah, well, I've taken on Ned Glover, and I give David some work occasionally. I'd like to take them both on full-time, but can't afford it.
Wasn't David Glover involved in the trouble at the rave party?
Well, if he was, I'm sure it wasn't his fault. He seems like a nice, steady boy to me.
So you'd recommend him?
For what?
Kim might be looking for somebody. She's thinking of reopening the game farm when the insurance comes through.
Well, I'm sure Seth would be glad to come back.
I know he would, but it's not what she wants. She'll be looking for somebody younger.
Well, I wouldn't want to be the one who tells Seth that.
You can't see him.
Why not?
He's still being interviewed.
But he's our son. We must have some rights. Tell them you're a doctor.
That doesn't matter to them. Just doing their job.
But we're decent people.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help in a situation like this. It's not us they're bothered about, it's Luke. And as far as they're concerned, he's just another young lad who's got himself into a fight. Someone's died, Anne Harrod.
Well, perhaps it was an accident. It can't be Luke's fault. There must be some reason.
Well, let's hope so.
Perhaps there was something wrong with this boy. Maybe he had a bad heart or something. What about the post-mortem? That'll tell us.
Yeah, well, these things take time. Come on, let's go and sit down.
Well, Dermot's a good solicitor. He must know someone who can get him out of here.
Yes, he will. I'll give him a ring in a minute.
I can't believe this is happening to us. I can't believe we're this helpless.
I'm afraid we are. If Luke has committed a criminal act, now I'm not saying he has, but if he has, he's going to have to face the consequences.
All we were trying to do was to have a good time. It was a birthday party for my sister's boyfriend.
With 300 people there.
Most of them weren't invited. That was part of the trouble. It all grew much bigger than we expected.
That's what they all say.
It's true. I suppose people were drinking.
And the rest.
If they did, that's got nothing to do with me.
So what do you know?
Well, there was this guy. Well, a whole bunch of them, really. They approached my sister.
Approached?
They were insulting her.
So you took him on?
No, my friend did. Biff.
Oh, yeah. We've already talked to him.
I stepped in when it got nasty. Well, I'm bigger than Biff.
And stronger than him.
I didn't hit him that hard.
So how come he's dead, then?
Did you get through to the hospital?
Yeah. They haven't got the results of the post-mortem yet. I'll phone Rachel. I've cancelled evening surgery.
We won't be here that long, will we?
They're going to have to charge him soon. I mean, they can't keep him here indefinitely.
Well, what's causing the delay? We need to know what's happening. Luke's future's at stake here.
Yeah, well, it's all routine to them, isn't it? As far as they're concerned, there's no hurry.
I can't bear to just sit here.
I'm afraid we're going to have to. We're in other people's hands now.
I know. Could have been an accident, couldn't it?
It is possible. I'm sure Luke didn't mean to do that boy any harm. Trouble is, he doesn't know his own strength.
Can you look after the shop later? I want to pop into Hotten, get this lot in the bank.
Oh, sure, Harry. You don't normally go to the weekend.
I don't normally have this lot, do I? The takings from the rave in Pollard's Field.
It was dead good. There's police there and everything.
Didn't do us any harm. We made over 300 quid on one night.
You did, you mean. Keep me out.
Someone would you be pleased?
Me? Pleased? When men start fighting and hurting one another. Don't you think I've seen enough violence in my life?
It was just a party.
Well, it didn't stop people getting hurt, did it? They're saying that Luke McAllister hit someone so hard, he killed him. How? I don't know how, and I don't want to know. All I do know is that the bloke's dead and Luke's been arrested. Don't ever do it, Scott. Don't ever get involved. If you see trouble, run a mile.
Just goes to show this sort of thing could happen to anybody. I mean, who'd have thought it, eh? A doctor's son in the nick.
I don't understand. I didn't hit him that hard.
You admit that you hit him, then?
I didn't mean to do any harm.
You said he was making advances to your sister.
He's a lout. He was just trying to cause trouble.
And you didn't hit him?
I was only trying to get him off me.
How hard did you hit him?
I don't know. There was a lot going on.
Any weapon?
No, of course not. What'd you take me for? I'm not a thug.
Oh, no.
No. I did what anybody would have done. I was looking out for my sister and helping a friend, that's all. How was I to know this would happen?
You like a cup of coffee? There's bound to be a machine here somewhere.
No, thanks. You should have something to eat, though. You haven't had any breakfast. Might be a sandwich bar or something there. We could get something.
Nah, thanks. Come on. We've got to stay cheerful and support Luke. We've got a solicitor on board now, and I'm certain the post-mortem will put him in the clear.
keep thinking it's my fault. Maybe I should have disciplined him more.
Oh, come on, don't think like that.
Do anything to keep him safe.
I know.
Anything.
Doctor, Mrs. McAllister. In order to complete our inquiries, the superintendent's allowing us to hold Luke for a further 12 hours. So he'll probably be here until late this evening. Come on. I'll take you to see him, eh?
Bernard, I'm afraid.
Afraid?
Of Luke.
Luke?
Oh, what if he's different?
How do you mean, different?
Well, he's done something, hasn't he? Something we've never done. He's killed somebody.
Mom? Dad?
Luke?
Oh, Luke.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on. We're going to sort it out, don't worry.
Sorry about that. Hope you enjoy it.
Terrible about Ben Dingle, isn't it?
Dingle's in trouble again, Heather.
Haven't you heard, Seth? He's dead.
What happened?
Well, there was a fight, apparently. Luke McAllister hit him.
Me wouldn't do a thing like that.
I know. That's what I said, but the police seem to think he would. They've arrested him for it.
Hiya.
Hello.
2 pints and a shandy, please.
Right. Oh, David, do you know anything about this fight on Pollard's Field?
That's where I got this.
Yes, the Dingles are up to their old tricks again.
I thought they'd calmed down.
Oh, this wasn't Zach and his lot. It was his nephew, Ben.
We were having a party and he just kept looking for trouble.
It runs in family.
You say that again.
Usual table, Anne?
Yes, it's all ready for you.
Have you heard it? Dingle's are back.
I just thought they'd left the area.
Ah, well, they're back. More's the pity.
Especially for Luke McAllister.
They were involved in that rave up at Pollard's Field.
Oh, no wonder there was trouble.
That won't be the last we'll hear of it, I'm afraid.
How long will they keep me here?
They have to release you within 12 hours. I think they're trying to decide what to charge you with.
I just don't understand why he's dead. I didn't hit him that hard.
We're hoping there was something wrong with him, aren't we, Bernard?
Yeah, but there is a condition known as eggshell skull. Now, that could make all the difference. It would mean it was an accidental death.
Well, it was an accident. I didn't mean to hit him.
They don't mean accidental in that sense. If it was your blow that killed him, if it was that caused it...
If it was, would they call it murder?
Come on, I think we got all day.
We're pretty busy.
We should get more stuff.
Mr. Turner?
Yeah, just a moment, Seth.
I haven't got a moment. I've got arrangements to make.
Oh, yes?
Is there any service in the restaurant today, Alan? Yes, of course there is.
Sorry, Fran, we're a bit short-staffed at the moment. We'll be with you as soon as we can.
I haven't got all day.
No, neither have I. I've got my semi-final to fix up.
It will all be sorted out, Seth.
It's semi-final. Me against Ted Downey from Robertsfield.
Yeah, a needle match.
Do you have anything to do with this rave last night?
No, I'm a bit too old for that sort of thing.
It was in your field, wasn't it?
Yes?
What are you doing letting it get out of hand?
Oh, I wasn't to know that things were going to go wrong.
You could have kept an eye on what was going on.
Look, I rented the field for the McAllister kids, so therefore it's their responsibility, right?
You mean you made money out of it?
I wasn't to know there was going to be trouble.
You might have guessed with the Dingles being there.
You shouldn't have just let them run wild.
It's a free country.
That doesn't mean the likes of you are free to make a mess of it.
Isn't it nice to have a decent home to come back to, eh? Well, the van's all right for holidays, but not for living in.
Yeah, well, let's sort the work up at Emmerdale last then, eh?
1 down, 3 to go.
How do you mean?
Well, now, you've got a job. That only leaves David and me and Linda looking for work.
Ah, it's not the same as farming our own place, is it?
Well, never was really our land, was it? That was the trouble. Anyway, no point looking back, eh?
Nah. Jack said he'll give David the odd couple of days if he needs some more help.
Oh, David needs more than the odd day. He needs proper work. You know what they say about idle hands.
Oh, come on, he's a good lad, our David.
Well, he's at a funny age. I feel a lot happier if he had something to keep him out of harm's way.
What, many of the Dingles?
Who else? Oh, they always were trouble.
Don't we get any bother from them?
How can you say that after what happened with you and Zach? You've still got the marks. How do you think I feel every time I see that scar on your back?
Zach was breaking the rules. We'd always fought bare knuckle until then.
Till he pulled out a knife and nearly killed you. Oh, if only he hadn't come back.
Stop worrying, love.
How can I? Now David's mixed up with him. His history repeating itself.
But it won't.
How can you be so sure?
Look, there's something I never told you about why the Dinglers left. When I had that fight with Zach, you know, when he knifed me, me and Ollie thought we'd sort things out.
Oh, not another of Ollie's mad schemes.
No. We took him on, showed him they couldn't mess with us.
Another fight?
We had to show him who was boss.
You promised me you'd never go near them again.
We beat him fair and square. Zach shot off with his tail between his legs.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't want to worry you.
Well, you have.
Well, it's kept on far back, hasn't it? We hadn't seen the Dinglers for years.
Well, only because they've moved away. And now they're back.
I think you'd be able to find everything all right, don't you?
Who?
Broke the Senate to run the post office while we were away.
Could be a woman.
It's a couple, as a matter of fact.
What about Majorca?
Yeah, sounds all right to me.
Sounds dead.
Dead what?
What?
Dead what? I mean, dead good? Dead bad? Dead what?
Have you paid for that?
I haven't got any money.
He's the richest one out of all of us. He ain't got any money.
I'll take it out of next week's pocket money.
You can take it out the money that Reg left me.
Your mum and me wanted to have a word with you about that.
Yeah, we're going to put it all away where it'll be gaining interest.
Yeah, but before we do, we thought we'd take a little of it and have a holiday.
So you're spending my money on your holiday?
On our holiday?
Well, it's only fair. I mean, you can't go away on your own, can you?
We all need a break after what we've been through.
So really, it's my holiday, isn't it?
It's for all of us.
Yeah, but if you're spending my money, I mean, surely I should choose where we're going, shouldn't I?
It's not quite that simple, Scott.
Yeah, and I definitely don't want to go to Mallorca. How about go to Disney World instead?
We're getting you all the help we can.
We've got you a good solicitor. Dermot Bishop recommended her. Her name's Camilla Finch.
Talking as if I'm going to need her.
If you do, she's the best.
I've left a message with her secretary.
Try her again.
Have you got any money on you? I'm out of coins.
Yes, I think so.
Thought my call box days were over.
There you are.
Thank you. It won't be long.
We'll get you out of this. Don't worry.
Yeah, but what if you can't? It'll be all over the papers. What about your job? What about Dad's?
What do they matter at a time like this?
I've let you down, haven't I?
It was an accident.
You know what Dad wanted? He wanted a son with his head in a book. Not one that organised something that ended up being a rave. I'm sorry, Mum. I really am. You'll tell Dad, won't you?
And you tell him yourself.
If I get out of here, I'll change. I really will.
Don't say if, say when.
Thanks. Not exactly the peaceful supper I planned.
But thanks anyway. Now, about the date for the wedding.
Do you think there's any way we can stop Pollard?
Stop him doing what?
Anything at all, ideally. Running those wild parties in particular.
Is it against the law?
Would he let the law stop him? Have you got a minute? Yes. I want to make you an offer.
Oh, yes?
How much do you want for that field of yours? The one the party was on?
Sorry, it's not for sale.
I'll pay a good price.
But I'm not selling.
I didn't know you were interested in land.
I wasn't, but I am now.
So what little scheme have you got up your sleeve this time?
I'm exercising the right of every Englishman. I'm going to build my own house.
You'll never get planning permission. Not there.
Depends on who you know, doesn't it, eh?
I think Scott might be onto something. Disney World looks great.
Well, I don't see what's wrong with Majorca myself.
Well, Scott does have a point. It is his money we're spending.
But you agreed we could use it on a holiday and put the rest away. It is supposed to be used for Scott's welfare.
Going to Disney World's doing just that.
I can't see how going to Florida's going to do any of us any good.
We need a break. All of us. Especially Scott. He needs a bit of normality. A bit of childhood.
Yeah, well, he hasn't had much of that, has he?
It's the right way to spend the money, Viv. It looks brilliant. Come on, let's have a bit of fun.
I'm scared.
What? What's this about?
Well, you know what happens to people out there. They get shot. And I've had enough of guns.
Oh, Viv. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have thought.
I know I'm being silly.
No, I mean, when you think about it, you're probably safer there than you are here. I mean, look what's happened since we come up here.
Oh, thanks.
No, I didn't mean that.
No, you're right. We'll go. Sometimes I don't know why I'm divorcing you.
It's so as we can have our wedding night all over again.
Loads of praise, so just tell Mr. Turner what you're all having.
Well, give me a moment. We'll bring him over.
2 more staff wouldn't come amiss.
Well, whatever you say. You've had some money on, Seth?
Well, horse racing's my bite. Matter of fact, I'm going again next week. Can you have a thought?
Me and my team.
So that's my new philosophy, Eric. Enjoy. Nothing better than the thrill of a win. Unless it's a full bar. I wouldn't mind going with you, actually. Yes, it's a good day out. Well, as you well know.
We've got plenty of money to throw away.
No problem.
Look, I'm sorry, love.
You should have told me.
It was men's business. Me and Ollie thought we'd sort things out.
You know the Dingle's better than that. And fighting is not the way to sort things out.
It's kept off our backs, hasn't it?
Not for a bit, yeah.
Anyway, we're older and wiser now. We're past fighting.
Well, you might be. But now there's another generation. David and that Ben are part of it.
Ben's out of it now, though, isn't he?
Oh, there'll be plenty more. When the Dingles aren't fighting, they're breeding. You'll have brothers and cousins, and they'll all be itching to take their revenge.
You want to even out David's fight, was it?
Do you think that'll stop them?
I suppose not.
The Dingles have long memories. They don't forget and they don't forgive. I don't think they've seen the last of them. And I don't think the McAllisters have either.
How long will it take?
How do I know?
It's the waiting that's so awful.
No, it isn't.
Mr. McAllister,
What's happened?
What is it?
we've had the result of the post-mortem. We're finally in a position to charge you.
What with?
Manslaughter.